All right. Good morning, friendship, family, and friends from southeastern Pennsylvania. I'm Charlene McGrady, daughter number 2 of Odessa and Charles McGrady. I'm right between Evelyn, the oldest, and Margaret, who is 2 years younger than I am. And in fact, today is Margaret's birthday. So shout out to Margaret McGrady on her 65th milestone birthday. Speaking of milestones, the recipe that I'm making today is pepper crusted salmon with a maple glaze. And this is
making pepper crusted salmon.
Yeah, with a maple glaze. And this is my family's special occasion favorite. It's what my daughter asked for on her birthday. It's what my husband asked for on his birthday. It's what we, anytime we have a celebration, we make this dish. And Doug and Hannah, I love it. Actually, I made this. It scales up nicely. I made it for about 15 people when we had my mother's 90th birthday celebration down here in Pennsylvania. So it scales up nicely. It is, my husband and daughter love it because it combines sweet and savory. And that's such a nice combination. And I love it for 3 reasons. It's easy. It's fast and easy. 2, you can make it the day before or even 2 days ahead. And number 3, it never fails to impress. People just love it. I've served this to people who swear they don't like salmon, and all of a sudden they love salmon. So try it. Salmon is a great, good heart healthy fish. You know, it's got all the good fats which your heart needs. So the secret sauce to this salmon, and I'm going to show you, this is how you prepare it. You prepare it in a marinade of soy sauce and maple syrup. And that is the secret sauce to this salmon. Now, a marinade or marinade, if you want to be fancy, is just a solution that you soak food in to impart flavor and also tenderness. So the classic marinade is oil and vinegar. The acid in the vinegar will break down the fibers in the meat and make it tender. And then the flavor from the oil and the other herbs and spices that you put in will get right into that meat and make it really delicious.
Charlene, how long do you marinade?
I'm gonna tell you, up to 24 hours. I let it go as long as 48 hours. And it just gets better and better. But my mother used to marinate chicken for church picnics and family reunions and family picnics. She would marinate chicken. I can remember seeing in my refrigerator as a child, chicken pieces soaked in wishbone Italian dressing for overnight. And then she'd take it to Denison Park or to our backyard, and our father would barbecue it up on the grill. And so that's a great memory, but that's a basic marinade. You could replace the vinegar in a marinade with anything acidic. So lemon juice, pineapple juice, cranberry juice, wine is very nice. But the thing to remember about a marinade is you throw it away after you take the food out of it. You know, this salmon has been marinating in this marinade since yesterday morning. So it's more than 24 hours. But I cannot use this liquid again. Some people say that if you boil it, you can use it to make a sauce. I would not recommend that because that just is a breeding ground for bacteria, especially if you've used it to marinate something bloody like steak or chicken. And you're just asking for trouble. And something about my mother that you all probably know is that she attended Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, and she studied food science and nutrition. And so food safety is a big deal with me and with her. So no, we do not reuse our marinades. Okay, but as I said, this marinade is made of maple syrup, 3 parts maple syrup. So 3/4 of a cup of maple syrup. And I would use pure 100% maple syrup, not the imitation flavor maple syrup.
Charlene, is there a difference in the taste between the pure maple syrup and the imitation?
Yes. There is no comparison. Actually, my husband and I, one year, we actually tapped our maple trees and made maple syrup. It's a lot of work. You need 50 gallons of sap or of liquid from the trees to get 1 gallon of syrup. So that's why it's expensive, but it's a natural product. It's natural sugar. It's so much better for you than white sugar. And you can use it to sweeten anything, and it's got that great earthy flavor. So 3 parts maple syrup, 1 part soy sauce. I don't know if you can see that. This is Wegmans low sodium soy sauce. And you mix those together. You put your fillets in. This recipe will handle 4 salmon fillets. And you want skinless fillets. You want the skin off. And you put this in for at least 18 hours. That's the minimum you want. But that's, you have to plan ahead. When you're cooking, you plan ahead. You plan your meals, and you know what you need to do. So this one goes.
I have a question, Charlene.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do some salmon today, and I got the big pieces. Do you recommend cutting them into smaller pieces before you put them in the bag, or would it make a difference if I put the big piece in the bag?
Huh, that's interesting. I would probably cut it. That way you get it on all sides of the, like here, I'm going to take one out. You get the marinade on all sides of the salmon,
Okay.
And so, and then more surface area is covered and you get more flavor.
Okay.
So I would recommend cutting it up into pieces. Yeah. And then the next step, when you're ready to cook, what you do is you take a foil-lined tray. You put some olive oil on it, just so your food's not going to stick. Smear that around a little bit where you're going to put the salmon. Then you take, and this isn't in the recipe that was in the invitation, but this is the key. Coarse ground black pepper. That's where you get your crust from. And coarse ground. It's got to be coarse ground. It can't be those powdery flakes. It's got to have some texture to it. So you pour about half a cup of that on a plate. Just coarse ground black pepper. You take your salmon fillets, the top side down into the pepper, and just coat it. Now my husband likes a thick coating. My daughter likes more of a sprinkle, but this is the key. You coat it, put it on your foil-lined tray. And normally I have 4 of these, but I already cooked 2 of them earlier today, so I've only got 2 to do. So, just get it coated. It makes a pretty crust on it. And you could use other things. You could actually add other things to the marinade. If you want some ginger in there. We've been talking a lot about ginger today. But then you take your tray, stick it in the oven, 500 degrees.
Ooh.
Charlie, do you add salt to this recipe?
Salt in the soy sauce. It's a low sodium soy. But soy sauce has a lot of salt in it anyway.
Right.
Charlene,
Stick it in the oven for, at 500, my hands are sticky, at 500 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. 8 to 10 minutes. You don't need to cook fish long. It dries out. And this stays so succulent and moist. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's just so pretty and just so delicious. The maple flavor gets all through it because salmon is a fatty fish. You see the fat there, and fat is a carrier of flavor. So if that maple taste just gets all in there, and it's so darn good. But 500 degree oven, 8 to 10 minutes until the fish flakes and it becomes, it's not transparent anymore. It's more opaque. And the other way you can tell that salmon is done is with a meat thermometer. This is an analog one that just measures the temperature. This one is digital. And how you do it is you stick your thermometer in the thickest part of the thickest part of the meat. And then it should get to a temperature of 145. 145 for salmon, internal temperature. Meat thermometers, if you don't have one, they're a really good investment. You know, great cooks like my mother can just look at something and know it's done. I need a little technology backup to help me. But the finished product is delicious. Like I say, it never fails to impress. You can serve it on a bed of salad greens. You can actually do this on the grill too, Ivan, if you don't want to go through have the oven on like here in the summer. You know, it's hot and you don't want to have a 500-degree oven on in your house. Put it on the grill. You can't, you know, you grill it on one side.
Back up, Charlene, so we can see the fish.
You
Yeah,
don't
there
want
you
to
go.
grill on top of the pepper.
So
Oh, so
Charlene,
you don't, if you put it on the grill, you don't turn it. You just leave it.
Don't
You don't
turn
ever turn it. Okay.
Don't turn it. Yep. And so I usually
Charlene, do you turn it? You don't turn it in the oven, do you? No.
No.
Okay,
No.
so you don't turn it, period, on the grill or the oven.
Don't turn it. Don't turn it anywhere. Yeah.
Ivan, Daryl said, hey.
Hey,
We
Dale.
normally will serve this with, I love it with asparagus, nice roasted asparagus and some roasted potatoes, or you know, broccoli and carrot steamed with rice. And it's, like I say, it's an impressive meal. It's delicious and it's fast and easy. And it's something you could do. You could marinate this on Saturday night, go to church, and come home on Sunday and have a nice Sunday dinner. You know, with all you have to do is do your sides, your vegetables, and your starch. And
It's a very light meal.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
have a
sure
little wine too.
Thanks, Charlie.
So that's all. This is our.
So Charlene, I have one question. I don't know if I missed it or not, but when you was doing your marinade, did you tell us how much of the acidic you put in?
Yep, it's a 3-to-1. So 3/4 cup of maple syrup, which sounds like a lot, but you
Right.
need it, and 1/4 cup of the soy sauce. So, and that's the ratio there. Yeah,
Okay.
this is a different kind of marinade. I mean, the soy is a little bit acidic, but you know, the fish is so tender anyway, you don't really need to break down
Okay.
those fibers. It's got enough fat in it, so you don't actually add like oil to your marinade.
Okay.
Charlene, this is Crystal. How much coarse pepper do you need?
You need about a half a cup, 1/4 cup, you know, enough to dip it in. Now, and it depends on taste, because if you don't like a thick crust, like I say, for Hannon, if I make this for Hannon, I just sprinkle on some pepper. So it's, but Doug likes it thick.
Okay, thank you.
And
All right.
Charlie, I can attest to the fact how good it is. Tom even, when we were at Mommy's birthday, Tom even had some, and he doesn't like salmon patties. I mean, salmon like that, but he ate yours.
Mhm.
And I have mine marinating now. It's been marinating since about 10 o'clock last night.
Ooh, that's gonna be good. Like I said, I've forgotten it. I've forgotten that I started it and found it 2 days later and said, oh, I was gonna make that salmon. And so, it's even better after 48 hours, but you want at least 18. 18 is the minimum. 24 is optimum. 48 is phenomenal.
Okay, so one other.
Hey, Charlene,
Yes, sir.
have you ever marinated in something else other than maple syrup and soy sauce, or another type of
Sure.
marinade sauce you marinate in
For
before?
fish?
For fish, yes, for
Yeah,
salmon.
yeah. A big one for fish is honey and orange juice, or honey and lemon is really, really good for fish. And you put some herbs in, you know, parsley, tarragon, all that good stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Brother Jerome, a little bit of white wine or sherry with that
Some
fish.
white wine. Exactly. With
So
your white fish.
Charlene, in bacon, I mean, do we want to broil it at 500 or we want to bake it at 500?
It's a baking at 500.
Baking.
Yeah. You don't put the broiler on the top. No, this one's been in. When did I put this one in?
This middle of the oven?
Miss Charlene, do you think 500 is actually a little too
You
hot?
can see that it's sizzling. And
Okay.
you see it gets like,
And that's, that's in the middle?
Yeah, it's not quite done, but yeah, no, you just stick it in the oven like that, and try not to forget. Yeah, that's it. But like I said, this is a family favorite. As my sister said, people who don't like salmon eat this salmon because it's good.
I can't wait to try my salmon tomorrow.
I know. Let me know how it turns out.
All right, do we have any other questions for any of the McGrady sisters?
Throw away your marinade. Don't keep it. It'll kill you.
Okay.
You guys did a great job. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you so much.
Yay!
And
Hey,
you guys
this is
come.
Dawn.
Hold
I
on,
have
private.
one last question. So, we know Mother McGrady at the church to be the sweet mother who, we just love her. But did she used to whip you guys when you were little? And if so, who got the most whooping?
Chantel.
Chantel.
No, they were easy on Chantel because they were tired.
Oh, Chantel, you were gone. Chantel got behind beat on the regular.
Well, she must have needed it. But Mommy, I tell this story about my mother. One Christmas, we got a ping pong set for Christmas, us girls. 4 paddles in the ball and balloon net. By New Year's, every one of those paddles had been broken on somebody's behind. So not mine, but Mommy beat everybody with them paddles.
And put in the spoon, Charlene.
Sure did.
And put spoons.
Well, we truly adore your mom and we love her. And we just thank you guys for doing this for us. This was really nice. We got some healthy recipes and we appreciate it. Okay?
Thank you. We're glad
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, everybody. And we
Let
set
me-
a record
can I-
today. We had
can I
30
take a moment?
people.
It was very good. Can I take
Private.
a moment? Hey, I just want to say a special thank you to the McGrady sisters, to Mother McGrady. The recipes are absolutely delicious. I love to see the fellowship that just transpires over online. It's amazing, and I'm grateful for it. Mother McGrady, we love you. You've raised a fine set of daughters, and we're grateful that they share their skills and their talents with us. Thank you to the FBC Connect team for orchestrating this. We've got people that join from all over, and it amazes me at how God can still connect us, how we can feel the love from household to household, from state to state, from kitchen to kitchen. So thank you guys once again for sharing everything with us. Your love, your laughter, your mother, your recipes, all of those things. And to Chantel, who got beat the most, I can identify with you. There's always that one child that you just have to throat punch. Once again, we love you guys. We thank you from
Love
the
you
bottom
too.
of our hearts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you again,
all for looking
FBC
out for our
Connect.
mom.
Yes,
It is simply our pleasure, our
We
pleasure.
appreciate it too.
we do.
Really
And
do.
we hope that you guys connect with us tomorrow for our live stream, Wednesday night for Bible study, and anything else. And if there's something your mom needs, there's enough people, family here to get her taken care of, right?
Amen.
Amen.
Once
right.
again, we love you guys and thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.